Hey everybody, it is Monday, August 2nd, 2021. The calendar is just tearing apart here. We just got off the ferry from Cape Cod and we are now in Martha's Vineyard. Tomorrow is our last show of this tour, and then Wednesday fly from the vineyard to Washington, D.C., I guess, and then have about a 3-hour layover and then fly back to Los Angeles at that point, get home. So it's been great, though. We've had just a wonderful time, and tomorrow should be a lot of fun. It's going to be really an evening of Kate, and that'll be great because this is her home turf and the Taylor family home turf. So it should be a lot of fun, and hopefully maybe like Liv might be here. Maybe he will show up. Maybe Carly will show up. Who knows? You know, it could be any number of surprises here. So we're looking forward to that. But being on the vineyard, you know, suddenly, I mean, the last time I was here, I think we were rehearsing with James in the 70s for a tour. And plus, when we recorded here at his house, when his house was first under construction, and we ended up bringing a multi-track machine and a board in from New York City, and Peter Asher and Jock McLean, the tour manager, they ended up engineering the album. It's the one with the picture of all of us sitting in the house playing, no baffles or anything, and it was so much fun. We had the greatest time. Normally we were here in off-season, so I'm suddenly seeing like lots of crowds and stuff. Very different than I remember it, but that's the nature of how time moves on. And it was interesting. I think the last time we came out to rehearse to do a tour with James, I think we booked 2 weeks out here on the vineyard to rehearse for the tour, and I think we put the show together in 3 days and then spent the rest of the time working on a guest house because it had been framed in, and we put in doors and windows and all kinds of stuff, put a loft in it, and everybody got their carpentry chops up. And that was back when Mona was his huge pig, his hog, was still alive, and I have pictures of her in the house, and because she was a welcome guest no matter what. And we had amazing times out here. We'd go to the Black Dog restaurant, and I'm sure right now there's lines around the block for it, but when we would be here, it would be like maybe 3 or 4 people in the place, and it would be freezing outside. And they had a big potbelly, old cast iron potbelly stove at one end of the place, cordoned off because this thing would be glowing orange. It was so hot with, you know, lumber in it, and if you got near it, your skin would start to peel off. But it's just tons of memories out here. So it's interesting to come back after, you know, like 40 years or something to the vineyard. But I figured, since I was on the vineyard, and this was James was my introduction to Martha's Vineyard, I would do some James today, and I'm going to do some songs from the One Man Dog album from 1972. I'm looking at the picture of the cover of that album, and it's James out on a little skiff, kind of paddling along, wearing a blue shirt and a striped tie, and at his feet is his dog David, little David, and he was a really cool dog. And so it's a funny cover, but I'm sure it was shot out here on the vineyard. And I really love that album, though. It had some really great songs on it. But I'm going to go for the more obscure things on it. The first one I want to play is Fool for You, because he also had a song, Fool to Care. But Fool for You is really a kind of a funky, fun song. And it's myself and Russ Kunkel and Danny Korchmar, Cooch, and Craig Durgee on it. And this was really, you know, the section time for us. And we also had the great Bobby Hall Porter on percussion on this, and George Bohannon on trombone. on this track. So I'm going to go ahead and play a couple of things for you because I'm getting off to a later start here than normal because had to do the ferry and all that stuff, and we left our hotel at 8 this morning to drive to where the ferry left, and then took that across. So I just want to play some music now. So here we go. Fool for You.
My lady don't allow the life I lead. She don't abide by some of the covenant that I keep. She takes occasion to criticize and carry on. I love her so, I just can't stand it no more. I'm a fool for you, baby, don't you know? Yes, I am, mama, I'm a fool for you, mama.
Bobby. Love Bobby Hall.
I should say, my baby knows that I'm crazy about her loving. Well, that's alright, but she takes unfair advantage now and then. She jumps at the chance to squeeze me with her body. Lord, I love that thing so, I just can't stand it no more. For you, baby, around, I'm a fool for you, baby. Have a sweet thing today.
James can get funky. James can get funky. There were so many fun songs on this. Chili Dog was on here. And he had a bunch of stuff that we did that was real interesting. He did a fanfare, he did a song Little David and Mescalito and Dance. But I am going to go ahead right now and play Back on the Street Again. It's really a beautiful song. I really love this one. So this is Back on the Street Again.
I don't care if I got no money. I don't care if I got it done. All I wanna do is to dance with you, honey. Please tell me you have the time. 'Cause I gotta get back on my feet again. Gotta get back on the street again. La 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 la. Well, I don't care if I got no fame. All I want to do is to hold your hand. Don't care if nobody knows my name, 'cause I just want to try the best I can. Yes, I do. Gotta get back on my feet again. Gotta get back on the street again. Yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. I don't know just what the world is coming to, and I don't know just what's going on, mama, to you. Well, all I really know is I gotta get back on my feet again. Help me up now. Care if I got a dime. All I wanna do is dance with you, baby. Please tell me that you got the time, 'cause I've got to get back on the feet again. Gotta get back on the street again. La 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 la. Listen. La 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 la. Yeah, they standing up there now.
It's so weird. It feels like yesterday, and it's really, when listening to these things, I can still picture us and realizing it's a half a century ago that we recorded all this stuff. Kind of blows my mind, as one would say. Here's a really beautiful song called Nobody But You. Here we go. And this one is me, Russ, Cooch, and Craig. This is James and the section on this one.
Everybody knows that I'm just a Joe that likes to hang around, talking about my problems, bringing other people down. Well, it's maybe so, but not long ago I was sitting on the top of the world. Sure, it's strange how things can turn themselves around. When I'm in need of a little bit of consultation, used to call on Uncle John. I took a trip down to West Virginia, found him dead and gone, and some sort of silly little consolation that gave me my ticket back. What you gonna do with folks like that? You can talk about band of angels, and they think you come with your soul in your hand to set their children free. But you talk about a little bit of understanding things that happen day to day. Some of you folks sure enough have been good to me. Understanding things that happen day to day. Someone has been good to me. Nobody but you, 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 nobody but you. Said nobody, nobody but you, nobody, nobody,
It's really fun hearing these again. It's been a long time. I'll do one more here. One Man Parade was really, I loved playing this one live with James. And again, it's myself and Russ Kunkel and Cooch, Danny Korchmar, Peter Asher playing percussion on this. And the background vocals there's a pile of folks doing background vocals on here. Abigail Hannes, who was at the time married to Cooch, and she was the singer in Joe Mama. James's older brother Alex sang on this. Carly Simon sang on it. Carole King sang on it. Hugh Taylor, his youngest brother, and his sister Kate Taylor. They all were the background singers on this one. So here's One Man Parade. This is really a fun one.
I believe I'm gonna clap my hands. I think I might tap my feet. Put together a one-man band, take it walking on down the street. Have a one-man parade. Nobody needs to know, 'cause I'm right good at holding on to secrets, and I don't believe they show. All I want is a little dog to be walking at my right hand, taking the breeze just as free as you please. Maybe checking out a K&O garbage can. Talking about a one-man dog, y'all. Nobody's friend but mine. Hey, now you can say that he's looking kind of funky, but I do believe it suits me just fine. We were on the road again. I was wondering what to do. Up on the lane, it was pouring down rain, and baby, she had the low down blue. Hey now, I was looking for my walking cane, tying on my highway shoes, thinking about a one-man parade, y'all. Nobody, 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 nobody. Hey, I'm right good at holding on, holding on, holding on. On a lake, it's raining. On a lake, sure enough, it's raining. Listen here. On a lake, it rain. It's raining. Buckets. On a lake, road is covered. It's raining. Water. Talking about a one-man parade, darling. Nobody, 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 nobody. Hey, I'm right good at holding on, holding on, holding on. La 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 la
And again, this was produced by Peter Asher. Peter's been such an integral part of all of our careers, and it's really fun to be out here on the road playing Peter and Gordon music with him, along with Kate and Albert Lee. So we're having a great time on this. On that album, I used my Peace Love, my carved bass, because that was the only bass I had at the time. And it was, that started out life as a 62 jazz bass, and then I, in a fit of stupidity, carved the whole thing up. Looks good, but threw the balance off. But boy, the damn thing sure still sounds great. Every time I plug it in, I go, God, I love this bass, and I'm glad I still have it. It has a wonderful pedigree to it. So I'm going to probably go out and just wander around and see what the hell is going on around here that I don't recognize at all, because it's been so long since I've been here. But more than anything, I'm going to wish everybody a great week ahead, and stay safe. Stay safe. Do the right things on this. I'm looking around, and it's kind of good. I've been seeing a lot of people on the streets here are all still masked up, and that's a good thing to see. And hopefully they've been good with their vaccines here. But as always, my heart really goes out to the frontline workers and the people who end up putting themselves in harm's way every day, just trying to keep people alive. I'm hearing about a lot of friends that had gigs coming up that are now being questionable. I saw pictures of the Lollapalooza show, and it was unbelievable to see that many people gathered together. I hope that, we won't know for a couple of weeks what's going on, but I hope that doesn't become like a massive super spreader event. But it's still scary, so I'm trying to keep smart about this as best as possible. I think that's it for the moment. I think I'm gonna just go explore for a little while, just kind of stretch my legs and enjoy this little, not a sleepy hamlet anymore. It's a bustling hamlet, and or omelet or something. So have a great week. I will be back tomorrow, but I just thought I'd visit James since my whole career with him really kind of started here on Martha's Vineyard. And so it was nice to kind of revisit that. I love that album. There's a ton of good stuff on that album. So if you're not familiar with it, go back and check out One Man Dog, James Taylor, and that's from 1972. And until then, I will talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye.